before you even see it, that strange heaviness in the air, as though the walls themselves are holding their breath. The Baleroy mansion in Philadelphia does not welcome visitors, it studies them. Built in 1911, it was meant to be a beautiful home for the wealthy Easby family, descendants of a Civil War hero. But behind the grand stone walls and elegant woodwork, there is a darkness that has never left. People say that once you enter, something in this house stays with you forever. George Meade Easby, the last private owner, lived here for most of his life surrounded by priceless antiques. But his collection wasn't just valuable, it was haunted. He spoke of seeing family members who had long been dead, of objects moving on their own, of doors opening and closing when no one was near them. Guests reported feeling sudden drops in temperature, hearing footsteps in empty hallways, and catching glimpses of shadowy figures that vanished when approached. One of the most feared places in the mansion is the Blue Room. In it sits an ornate, antique wingback chair known as the Death Chair. George warned visitors never to sit in it. The legend says that anyone who does will die soon after. Over the years, several people ignored the warning, and every single one of them met an untimely death, some within days. Witnesses describe seeing a faint red mist forming around the chair and a feeling of something unseen pressing down on them. If you're enjoying this chilling journey so far, take a moment to subscribe to Haunted Scary Home. And don't forget to like and share this video so others can discover the most terrifying true stories America has ever known. Strange incidents were not rare here. Visiting minister was once struck in the head by a heavy antique pot that flew across the room. Without anyone touching it, lights would flicker violently before cutting out entirely, plunging guests into darkness. Some visitors describe hearing the sound of an old-fashioned car pulling up the driveway, headlights cutting through the fog, only for the car to vanish completely when they went to the window. Others claim to hear whispers in empty rooms, soft, unintelligible voices that seemed to come from the walls themselves. George himself claimed that the mansion was home to multiple spirits, some friendly, others not. One of the most frequently seen was the apparition of an elderly woman with a cane, who slowly walked the upstairs hallway. People who encountered her spoke of an overwhelming sadness, as if she carried the weight of the entire house on her shoulders. In the dining room, a shadowy male figure would sometimes appear near the tall grandfather clock, watching silently until the moment you dared to look away. Those who stayed overnight often spoke of waking up in the middle of the night, feeling as if someone was standing beside their bed. The room would be ice cold even in the middle of summer. The sense of being observed was so strong that many refused to spend another night inside. Some claimed to see faces staring out of mirrors, faces that did not belong to anyone in the room. One particularly chilling story involves a young man who was touring the mansion in the late 1970s. He ignored George's warning and sat in the death chair, laughing off the superstition. Less than a week later, he was killed in a sudden and mysterious accident. His family insisted that in the days before his death, he complained of feeling as though something was watching him constantly, even when he was alone. Even after George Meade Easby's death, the strange happenings did not stop. Workers who came to repair the building refused to go into certain rooms alone. Some quit after hearing heavy footsteps following them through empty corridors. Others reported tools disappearing, only to be found later in locked rooms they had no access to. It seemed the house didn't like to be disturbed. If stories like this keep you on the edge of your seat, remember to subscribe to Haunted Scary Home and help us grow by liking and sharing this video. Your support keeps these true horror stories alive. The Baleroy Mansion remains one of the most haunted houses in America. Whether it's the curse of the death chair, the phantom cars, or the restless spirits that walk its halls, those who have entered agree on one thing: you never truly leave. The house stays with you, in your thoughts, in your dreams, sometimes even in your nightmares. Visitors leave with an uneasy feeling, a lingering chill, and a certainty that they were not alone. And if you ever find yourself walking up that long driveway, remember some doors close to keep you safe, others close to keep you in.